elected officials and government staff to ensure that Metro Atlanta thrives. The Council remains the only organization that works exclusively for the development industry, serving at the intersection of public policy and private investment. We invite you to become involved today.
Well, good morning, or good afternoon again. I'm Michael Paris, and I'm President and CEO of the Council for Quality Growth. And I want to welcome each and every one of you to the 2023 State of Douglas County Address. This is a great crowd. Really happy to see you all. You're not outside at the park somewhere, because it'll be a beautiful afternoon. Senator, I take it you're going to be out there this afternoon somewhere. So enjoy this day. It's great to be here in Douglas County again, where our communities continue to grow and thrive. The Council for Quality Growth is proud to partner with each of our local metro counties, including Douglas, and its elected leadership here. It's because of these partnerships that we can continue to collaborate on important growth policies, and the growth you are experiencing here in the county is extraordinary, and I want to congratulate you all on the high quality and the level of growth that you have maintained. Additionally, it's our pleasure each year to collaborate with both the county's leadership and the Douglas County Chamber of Commerce to present to you the 2023 State of Douglas. So these partnerships are essential in our ability to host these events, and I want to thank both of these entities for their support in making today so successful. So a big thank you to Sarah Ray and her team at the Douglas Chamber. Sarah's in the room. Sarah, thank you for everything. And to all of the Douglas County staff who have put so much into this and worked so hard to make this a great event, and your contributions to this community every day. So today is the 5th of our 8 State of the County events that we host around the region this year. We value the opportunity to bring the public sector and the business community together in this way for the County Commission chairmen and women across the metro region. You can see on the screen here that our next 3 State of the Counties are coming up. Next week, a week from today, on April 26th, we have State of DeKalb. Then on May 10th, we have State of Fulton with Chairman Rob Pitts. And then on May 24th, we have State of Henry with Chairwoman Carlotta Harrell. Gosh, don't tell her I messed it up. And in between these, we'll host our 18th annual Meet and Greet Signature event. This will be held on Thursday, May 18th at the Plaza at Colony Square. Now, many of you have been to this. I know Senator Dugan has. This is one of our favorite events to put on each year, when we're excited to see everyone from around the region all in one place, all at one time, and it's just great. So you'll have county commissioners, leaders from our cities and leaders from our state legislature, and key people from leaders from around the state all in one place at one time. You got to be at this event. So we certainly are looking for sponsors, and you can register and look at the QR code on the back of your name tag to register. So the council has been committed to the metro community in connecting the public and private sectors for over 37 years. And this particular part of the metro region continues to grow and thrive and change. And we will continue to advocate for local policies and stay involved in these conversations. The conversations that ensure Douglas County and its neighboring communities are prepared for the projected growth and economic development coming this way. So if you're developing or if you're working in the development industry in this region, we urge you to call on us, call on the Council for Quality Growth. And if this is your first time for coming to a council event or to hearing about us, I encourage you to get involved. And before you leave today, please find Terry Ward, our membership executive. She's back there, she's waving her hand, okay? And she can help you out with membership information. So now we could not serve our members at this high level without the support of leaders like Vice Chair Carthen and many other elected and appointed officials here today. So if you are one of our elected officials or appointed officials, could you please stand so we can recognize you and thank you for your work and your commitment. I always like to point out that there's really become a tradition over the past few years where fellow county chairmen and women come to support our other chairmen and women. So Commission Chairman Lisa Cupid here from Cobb, thank you for being here today. And I know Chairwoman Harrell was on her way, but she couldn't make it, but I believe represented, there we go. Thank you for being here today. So now I would like to ask that you all stand as the Alexander High School ROTC presents the colors and George Anna Arnold performs the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Forward, march.
Please be seated. Thank you, Georgiana. That was wonderful. We really appreciate it. Now, please welcome Pastor James Harper from the First Presbyterian Church of Douglasville for our invocation.
Let's pray. God of grace and God of mercy, we give you thanks for just a beautiful day. We give you thanks for some warm and beautiful conversations around these tables, and we recognize that the food we partake of is one more example of how well you provide for us. As being people who have received much, we recognize that much is expected, and so we ask that you would give a sense of gratitude in our hearts for all that we have, and to look outward, to look in the community, to see how we might serve this place, to serve this community and the people of it, so that all would flourish. There's so many good things happening in this county, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the work that you're doing, and I pray that you would continue to drive us forward your grand vision of what life can be in this world. And we pray these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. Now, this program would not be possible without the support of our sponsors, and I want to take a minute to thank each of them. Our presenting sponsor today is Atlas. Our gold sponsor is Elevate Douglas Economic Partnership. Our resource sponsor is the Metropolitan North Georgia Water Planning District and the Atlanta Regional Commission. And our bronze sponsors include CDM Smith, the collaborative firm Truist Bank, and Turner Townsend Heery. Let's give them all a round of applause, and thank you. Now, as we all know, good water conservation and infrastructure investment is critical to quality growth. And I would like to now welcome the Water Planning's District Manager, Danny Johnson, with an update on water here in our region.
Thank you, Michael, and good afternoon, everybody. Great to be here. In the past, you've heard folks from the Metro Water District come up here and talk about droughts, water conservation, water wars, all great topics. But today, I want to switch it up a little bit and celebrate the great work here locally by the the Douglasville and Douglas County Water and Sewer Authority. It does say that right here. Sorry, Gil. It happens. At the Metro Water District, water supply resilience in the face of drought is something that we are thinking about almost every day. And it's exciting to be here where the authority is well into a $300 million plus reservoir expansion that will secure this community's water supply future for the next 50 years. And yes, folks, that's 2073, I think. So think about your grandkids. That's what we're talking about here. The authority is also working on projects to better serve the growing water supply demands in the Lithia Springs area and ultimately improve connectivity with the Cobb County Marietta Water Authority's water system, adding additional system resilience in play. But it's not just about water supply. About $11 million in projects is also underway to increase wastewater capacity at the South Central and North Side plants in the Sweetwater Creek Basin, and that's in partnership with Cobb County. And yes, we love hearing that word partnership at ARC. It's a very positive word. It gets us really excited. And finally, let's talk about stormwater. You've seen headlines about flooding. Now you've experienced a lot of that in past decades here. And good management of stormwater just only helps protect our human life, property, and natural resources. And the intensity and frequency of storms is increasing, and we must take collaborative action to improve the region's stormwater management practices and policies. We can't do things the way we always have just because it's the way we're comfortable. And on that note, the authority is currently working on 26 stormwater projects that are underway in various stages of design and construction that represent over $9 million invested in improving this community's stormwater infrastructure. So let's give a big shout out to the Douglas County Water and Sewer Authority for all their hard work and investment to make this county resilient and a forward-thinking place to live. Thanks, guys.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sarah Ray. I'm the president and CEO of the Douglas County Chamber, and just want to welcome you all here to our annual State of the County. I'm excited to see so many familiar faces today, as well as some new faces. And we are always proud to partner with Michael and the Council for Quality Growth for this event, and I anticipate that to continue for many years forward. I'm very proud of our 2023 Cornerstone investors that join us today. Our Cornerstone investors understand the importance of investing in our community in advocacy, education, and building a better Douglas County for future generations. Together, we stimulate new growth, inspire leadership, and advance our community. Thank you guys all for your support, unwavering support here in Douglas County. Lastly, I would just like to take one moment to recognize Greystone Power Corporation at their table today. They traditionally sponsor this luncheon every month, and I would just like to thank the Greystone team, Nadia and Wayne, and everyone else that's here today for your continued and unwavering support. In closing, I want to thank each of you for your continued commitment to Douglas County. It's because of you that our beloved county continues to be the place where partnerships and businesses thrive. Again, thank you guys all for being here today, and welcome. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Yvette Jones, Douglas County's brand new Chief Communications Officer.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Sarah, for that introduction. Yes, brand new indeed. This is day 3, so bear with me. I am so excited to share this space with all of you today as we celebrate the achievements of Douglas County and highlight our ongoing commitment to delivering superior service. Let's take a look.
What does it mean to deliver premium, exceptional customer service in Douglas County?
Douglas County Solicitor's Office, Mrs. O'Connor speaking. How may I help you?
To help achieve these standards, we must listen, empathize, and lead with kindness and responsibility.
We deliver premium and exceptional customer service to the citizens of Douglas County by treating them with respect and compassion.
To provide exceptional service in Douglas County also means embracing innovation and utilizing technology to improve processes and enhance the quality of services.
Last year, we fielded over 200,000 calls for service in Douglas County. How do we do that? We did that by ensuring that our technology is top-notch.
We deliver a safe space where they can get together, they can fellowship with their peers. We deliver exercise programs so they can maintain their independence here.
Investing in employee training and development not only benefits the individual, but it also enhances the overall capabilities and effectiveness of county government. Through a commitment to continuous improvement, Douglas County can deliver the best possible services to its residents and foster a strong sense of community pride.
I take pride in my customer service. I'm always talking to the citizens, talking to the folks that come in here at Deer Lake Park. Just listen to what they want to see, and if they want to see a new program, well, we're going to try it.
Join us as we continue to move Douglas County forward with premium customer service and work towards a brighter future for our community.
We deliver.
We deliver.
We deliver. We deliver.
We deliver.
We deliver.
We deliver.
We deliver.
We deliver.
We deliver.
Douglas delivers.
We deliver. Douglas delivers. I'm here to tell you it is more than a message, it is a mission guided by a vision to move Douglas forward. It gives me great pleasure now to introduce Vice Chairman Terenia Carthen, who is one of the driving forces behind this forward movement. Vice Chairman Carthen was first elected in 2018 as District 3 Commissioner here in Douglas County. She was re-elected to serve her second term in 2022. Having lived in Douglas County for 23 years, having raised her 4 daughters, and having built a thriving business, Vice Chairman Carthen believes steadfastly that Douglas County is indeed the best county in which to live, work, and play. Vice Chairman Carthen currently serves on the Policy Council Committee as well as the Economic Development and Transportation Committee of ACCG. She also serves as Vice Chair for the Subcommittee of Medicaid and Indigent Care for the Health Steering Committee of the National Association of County Commissioners. When Vice Chairman Carthen is not working on cybersecurity governance, risk, and compliance, or on behalf of the citizens of Douglas County, she serves the community through her nonprofit organization, Angels and Tech. She is a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the Links Incorporated. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Douglas County Board of Commissioners Vice Chairman Terenia Carthen.
Okay, y'all standing too long. This is going to make it longer. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Douglas County. Douglas delivers. I want you to think about that as I'm reading this speech. I want to begin by expressing my gratitude to the Douglas County Chamber President, Ms. Sarah Ray, and to the entire Douglas County Chamber membership, and to Mr. Michael Parrish and his team at the Council for Quality Growth for hosting this exciting event year after year in Douglas County. I also want to acknowledge my fellow Board of Commissioners. Will you please rise, Commissioner Kelly Robinson and Mr. Mark Alcaraz. I currently serve with these two fine gentlemen, and it is an absolute pleasure. I also want to recognize Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones and Henry Mitchell III for their contributions to Douglas County government and to this community. Let me also take a moment to thank County Administrator Dr. David Corbin, Chief of Staff Tiffany Stewart Stanley, our County Attorney Michael Coleman, our County Clerk Lietzel Watson, and all of the county's appointed officials and the Douglas County government employees for all of their hard work and dedication. If you are an employee of Douglas County and I get to work with you every day, please stand. Wow. Thank you. To all of our elected officials, Senator Dugan, State Representative Alexander, our Mayor, Mayor Robinson, Mayor McDougall, Mayor Clemens, our City Council members, School Board Chair and members, clergymen, community stakeholders, and all of the amazing 147,000 citizens that call Douglas County home, thank you. Thank you for your support of this Douglas County government. It is heartwarming to see so many of you in this room as we continue to work together to build a thriving and innovative community. Douglas County is unquestionably one of Georgia's most beautiful and progressive counties. It boasts 202 square miles of urban vitality and rural environment, ingrained with its arts and culture, and etched in stones with diamonds of diversity, equity, and inclusion. This achievement is the result of the international and intentional hard work of our citizens, churches, schools, small and large businesses, and our community stakeholders as we live, work, and play in a unified manner to elevate our community. Today, I am thrilled to announce that the state of Douglas County is not only strong, it is resilient. Our journey has not been easy, but the mission of the Douglas County government is clear: to efficiently deliver superior public service that enriches the quality of life within a thriving, safe, and healthy community in a fiscally responsible manner. We have accomplished much in the last year, but our work is not yet done. Today, I will reflect on our achievements and how Douglas County continues to deliver. Let's start with our community investment. The Board of Commissioners has made a commitment to making investments into the community to assist our residents. And in 2022, the county committed more than $485,000 to our youth initiatives. This includes providing funding to enhance the Douglas County Youth Commission, where Douglas County High School students are given an opportunity to learn about public sector and the importance of civic engagement. Students were also given paid summer internships that enlightened them to the possibilities of careers in public service within their own community. A great example of this investment is my very own legislative aide, Tabria Cobb. Tabria, where are you? Thank you. Tabria started as an intern and is now running the day-to-day office of District 3. She helps me with constituency and legislative priorities, and she helps to enhance the quality of life for citizens. This is what investment in our own youth will bring us. The Board of Commissioners also allocated $150,000 to senior citizens for home repairs and $100,000 to help reduce hunger by supporting organizations like the Pantry and Midway Resource Center with food security efforts. The county also committed over $390,000 to assist Douglas County residents who are struggling with rent, mortgage, and utilities. Housing insecurity is a visible and challenging issue, not only in Douglas County, but across the state. However, our administration is committed to providing transitional resources to help our unsheltered population recover. We have invested over $500,000 towards renovating and constructing an apartment complex for our unsheltered veterans, known as Veterans Village. Habitat for Humanity has also built several homes exclusively for veterans along Chicago Avenue, and the Sanctuary Village project is progressing, and that's one of the initiatives from our own judge. In 2022, the county established a community services provider program to which the Board of Commissioners has awarded more than $2.3 million to community organizations like the Douglas County Community Services Board, the Cultural Arts Council of Douglasville and Douglas County, Share House Domestic Violence Center, and the Douglas County Boys and Girls Club. Douglas County has also invested in our citizens by partnering with the University of West Georgia to create the Douglas County Masterclass Series, which is designed to help community members build a firm foundation for understanding financial and entrepreneurial fundamentals. And this was spearheaded by our very own Commissioner Robinson. Federal, state, and local partnerships are abundant. Thanks to our state partners, Douglas County also broke ground on an 8,000 square foot, $3.4 million Department of Driver Services building that is being prepped for construction as we speak. It's located on Earl D. Lee Boulevard near the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and it is scheduled to open in spring of 2024. Our Intergovernmental Affairs team has worked diligently with our federal partners to secure $5 million in congressional direct spend for the Lee Road extension. We have also secured an additional $500,000 for a community business incubator. The county is grateful for the collaboration of our state and federal partners. We would especially like to thank Congressman David Scott for his advocacy in helping to secure congressional direct spending funds right here in Douglas County. Currently, our grants management department oversees, and this is huge, y'all, $83 million in federal and state grants with only $9.6 million in matching funds. That's huge. By effectively advocating for our citizens and working with our intergovernmental partners, we are maximizing resources for Douglas County. Our financial stability is strong. Our financial platform remains healthy, and we are still making significant progress in expanding our overall financial maturity and planning outlook. We have a solid AA2 credit rating with 0 debt. We also maintain high current ratios, indicating our ability to pay current obligations. And since 2016, our fund balance increased from $14 million to $56 million in 2022. Now, you've heard about what we've done, but let's talk about what we're going to do. We're moving Douglas County forward. In 2025, Douglas Forward will be the new way in Douglas County, but we're not waiting till then, we're starting now. In August 2021, the Douglas County Board of Commissioners approved Douglas Forward 2025, a 5-year strategic plan which the county's administrative leadership team has been working diligently to effectively implement. Douglas Forward 2025 serves as the guiding document from the Board of Commissioners when setting their priorities on the administrative side and allows the county to operate in a unified manner. Now, the plan has 6 strategic prongs. The first one is to transform Douglas County government. The second is public safety. Third is infrastructure. Fourth, public health. Fifth, recreational facilities and program. And last but not least, economic development. As a result of Douglas Forward 2025, we are putting the infrastructure in place to ensure the success of our community for generations to come. Here are some of the most recent accomplishments that align with the county's strategic goals and priorities. We have been implementing key performance indicators to achieve our objectives of continuously improving process effectiveness, being responsible stewards of county resources, and leveraging technology to modernize and ensure full utilization of county facilities. The Douglas County Stat Tracker will go live this summer so that the county's key performance indicators can be easily accessible for our stakeholders to evaluate us. We've also developed the Douglas County Leadership Academy. Now, this is an integral class that graduated 35 county leaders, and we also established the Douglas County Emerging Leaders Program to cultivate rising talent within our own organization and community. The county has enhanced its constituent services by conducting customer service surveys to obtain citizen input on the state of our facilities and current programs. We are also developing an online citizen reply system that will be available in the fall. Are y'all ready, commissioners? Another way for them to reach out. Public safety is top priority. According to our respondents for the Strategic Planning Survey, it is the #1 priority for the citizens of Douglas County. And in 2023 budget, the Board of Commissioners dedicated over $49 million to public safety. Now that is nearly 40% of the county's overall budget. These funds will be used to achieve our objectives of providing timely and quality services and strengthen the resiliency of our critical public safety infrastructure. Sheriff Tim Pounds is addressing violent and theft-related crimes within our communities by purchasing additional body cameras and placing cameras throughout Douglas County. The county's judicial system is also leading the charge with best practice programs to reduce recidivism and rehabilitate citizens to productive lives. In response to the Fire and EMS Department challenges, the county has purchased 4 quick response vehicles to address low-level acuity patient care needs during transport to a medical facility. Additionally, the Board of Commissioners has invested $900,000 to purchase 2 35-gallon tankers, one for the western side of the county and the other for the eastern corridor. Now, those tankers will provide the necessary water supply to extinguish fires in rural areas and along the I-20 corridor. Douglas County has also received nearly $10 million in FEMA grant funding with no match required to hire 46 firefighters. We were also recently awarded a SAFER grant, which will help us ensure adequate staffing for fire and emergency services. Infrastructure. The county government has been actively addressing infrastructure needs, including road construction and resurfacing. I want to express my gratitude to the voters of Douglas County for approving the 2022 SPLOST. Furthermore, we exceeded expectations with the 2016 SPLOST proceeds, which amounted to $27.8 million more than we expected, providing additional resources to our transportation, fire EMS, and our parks and rec needs. With the community support, the 2022 SPLOST has been instrumental in advancing public safety, transportation, parks and recs, and facilities. In an effort to better enhance our community's infrastructure, we are currently in the process of conducting 2 comprehensive plan updates. The first of which is our 2023 Atlanta Regional Transit Link Master Plan to provide a comprehensive vision for the Douglas County transit system. And our next one is the comprehensive plan update that will shape and guide our community's growth and development. Now, we all know mental health and behavioral health has been top of the list in a lot of our minds, and it has increased tremendously since the onset of COVID-19. In 2017, the budget for mental health was around $120,000 per year. Today, in the current conditions and in this administration, the budget is $1.2 million in the Douglas County Community Services Board, and they continue to galvanize the latest and most efficient methods of assisting Douglas County citizens with behavioral health, substance abuse, opioid addictions, and developmental disabilities. A healthy county, y'all, is the best county to be in. So the fact that the Board of Commissioners has increased it tenfold tells you a lot about where this administration's priorities lie. Thank you, Board of Commissioners. This year, the Board of Commissioners approved an agreement between Douglas County E911 and Douglas County Community Services Board to coordinate care for persons within the county experiencing a behavioral health emergency and providing emotional support and critical incident debriefing as needed for E911. And recently, the Board of Commissioners invested $350,000 in renovating and converting a former bank into a state-of-the-art youth innovation center located in Lithia Springs. It is designed to provide holistic and practical approaches to the therapeutic practices and needs to help our youth reach their behavioral and emotional health while promoting well-being. We're not done yet. Our recreational facilities and programs in Douglas County, headed up by our own Director of Parks and Rec, Mr. Gary Dukes, is top-notch. In Douglas County, we strive to be a community where citizens can participate in quality arts, sports, recreation, and culturally enriching activities. We are enhancing recreational opportunities by renovating the Douglas County Senior Center for our seniors. The county is working diligently to enhance educational programs by constructing the Chapel Hill Innovation Learning Library in District 3. Y'all give it up for the library. So if you don't know, I have been talking about a library for the last 5 or 6 years. So the fact that I am standing here able to report on that is huge. But this is just not any library, right, Senator Dugan? This is the library that will be state-of-the-art. It is spacious. It will address art, literacy, technology needs right here in our community. The Chapel Hill Innovation Learning Library, I call it the CHILL, will be a gathering space for individuals who lack access to essential educational resources. We are also expanding the number of parks in the county by working to complete Punkintown Park, a passive nature park where citizens will be able to hike and enjoy the natural beauty of our county. And now, economic development. Under the economic development umbrella, I'm proud to say Douglas is on the move. We see an increase in residential homes, apartments, and townhouses under construction throughout our community. We're attracting citizens who want to live, work, and play right here in Douglas County. Our labor market remains strong with an impressive 3% unemployment rate. And although we face challenges with rising interest rates, fluctuating gas prices, and housing price growth, we are working diligently to find solutions to ensure that working-class citizens and seniors can afford housing without compromising their basic needs. Additionally, our economic development pipeline has grown from $500 million to almost $5 billion during this period. And this is underscored by companies such as Lionsgate, who recently announced a $200 million investment into Douglas County. In the last year alone, more than 1,000 new jobs have been created in Douglas County. On that note, I'd like to take this opportunity to invite Mr. Chris Pumphrey to the stage. Chris is the president of Elevate Douglas Economic Partnership. He will provide additional insight into our economic development and the critical role he has played in moving us from $500 million to $5 billion. Chris doesn't know this, but I coin him as our billionaire matchmaker. All right, Chris, now that you're a
Thank you. So wonderful job this morning telling all the great things and story of our community. Elevate Douglas Economic Partnership is a newly formed public-private partnership economic development organization. We were formally organized back in January of 2021 with the idea of bridging our economic development arms. So we represent both the City of Douglasville Development Authority and the Development Authority of Douglas County. And we really wanted to kind of provide some oneness for that effort so that we can really look at the community as a whole instead of really trying to like cipher off different pieces of the community. And so that is the main component of that organization. But really to help lift the organization up and really make it successful, we are partnered very closely with the Douglas County Chamber in ensuring that we're providing all the necessary services to cover the entire cycle of business in our community. So we are publicly funded through the contributions that are made by both the city and the county through the Development Authority, but we're also privately funded through a number of you that are in this room today and a number that aren't here today. So this is our first foray into a public-private partnership for economic development. And we're really focused on, like I said, the whole life cycle of business. So we're focused on the marketing and recruitment of businesses into the community, the workforce development support that's necessary to keep these businesses thriving, the engagement with our elected officials about the policies that help drive and support growth. But we're also out there marketing. We're marketing and telling our story about the community that we are. And then we're looking at very key opportunities to really transform various parts of our community. And so I'm really glad to be able to lead this effort with a great team, many of which are in the room today, and all the wonderful board members that help support us do what we do and bring more billions into the community.
Now we know that Douglas County is evolving and changing. I've been here 23 years and I have seen many iterations, and to me it is only getting better. Talk to us about the different characteristics from the east to the west, and can you talk to us just a little about the evolution and share those key nodes of development in the area?
Sure thing. So we sat down several years ago to really just talk about various corridors in the county. And for those of you that are residents of this community, you know that Thornton Road in Douglas County is vastly different than Liberty Road in Douglas County, right? It's suburban Atlanta to rural West Georgia. And really looking at the opportunities that exist within those various corridors. How have those corridors developed? What are the things that the local governments have put in place to help spur that growth? What are the gaps in those particular corridors? And how do we play a role in filling some of those gaps? So we did start from the east to the west. We started with what we call the Sweetwater Corridor, which is really that eastern border of the county, kind of on the eastern side of Sweetwater Creek State Park. And you'll notice a theme around Sweetwater Creek State Park. But really that's that Thornton Road traditional industrial area that then has grown south of I-20 to not just industrial, but being more of the mission-critical data center facilities, life sciences companies that have developed in there, manufacturers that are in there, and supply chain logistics companies. And then we just flowed through. We looked at the tributary corridor, that's that Riverside Parkway area, which I think we most recently coined in our comprehensive plan as the technology corridor, because a lot of the technology companies that are now based in that area. And then we flowed to the central corridor of the county, that central node, which I could really say is that dividing line between kind of that real dense suburban metro Atlanta side to the more laid-back suburban side of Douglas County in the core of Douglasville, and that's really Highway 92. And looking at Highway 92 from the Chattahoochee River all the way up to the Paulding County line. And you can see everything that's included in that. That's the bypass that's right now kind of in place on the north side of Douglasville. It's all the efforts that are happening in the downtown Douglasville. The LCI that the county put in place back in like the early 2000s to really transform how development takes place down Fairburn Road. And then looking at the Lee Road extension. And you heard earlier about the investments made into the Lee Road extension that have been provided by the federal government. That is a huge driver for growth. And we'll talk about some of those developments a little later. But that is that transitionary corridor where we really look to go from that industrial side to a bit more of some opportunities for more commercial, maybe more office, more of that white collar type positions that could come into the community. We then hurried way down to the southwest part of the county on Capps Ferry Road. And Capps Ferry Road is where you all know is about where Foxhall is. And we worked very closely and very hard to kind of move that effort forward. And one of the huge components of that was through partnership with the Douglas County Water and Sewer Authority that put the sewer infrastructure down in that area. And that was very important to really drive growth. So not only do we have Foxhall, but we also have Preserve Life under construction. And then Veterans Memorial Highway is a key corridor. So on the east side of Veterans Memorial, through the county's leadership, we're working on the redevelopment efforts of that. And on the west side, we're working on new development opportunities.
It's awesome because it really helps, economic development really helps our constituents, the residents here. The more development we have, it lessens the burden on the taxpayers of the residents. And it helps us to really, did somebody clap for lowering taxes? But it does, right? So we welcome these opportunities for these developments to come into our county. Now let's dive deeper into some of those key developments along those corridors that you just spoke about.
Yeah, so the Sweetwater Corridor. So years ago, we did the Sweetwater Master Plan to kind of lay out how does residential and business investment, how do they coexist? We had a lot of challenges in this area, a lot of residents who were complaining about the new industrial developments that were coming up. We had to figure out a plan. How do we make it best fit? But we really, we went to Frisco, Texas several years ago, and they call that the $1 billion mile, right? And it's the $1 billion mile where it has the Dallas Cowboys headquarters and some other things. I said, you know what, that's really great marketing. And then I started looking down Thornton Road, and I was like, man, this is like the $15 billion mile. Because, I mean, it's amazing the investments that have happened there with companies like Google, right? Google has been in Douglas since the early 2000s. They won't let me say their number, but it's very large. Switch, which is investing over $2.5 billion in their facility that's underway over there. Companies like Stitch Fix and Sam's Club, who we just announced, Home Chef, who we just announced last year. Billions of dollars of investment that are invested right here in our community, but it's a great mixture of life sciences, manufacturing, supply chain, and data centers in that corridor. And so as I mentioned earlier, we've then focused kind of on the tributary area of the community. And in tributary, that's a master plan development that was envisioned back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And that was supposed to be a walkable community, very dense, earthcraft type development to have corporate regional headquarters kind of mixed within. There was a plan for a resort to happen in there. Plans are great, but plans often change. And no one in late 90s, early 2000s predicted 2007, 2008. And that really changed the trajectory of that corridor. And so we really worked hard to figure out, all right, how do we stem some of the development that's trying to come with a different type of development? But now tributary in that corridor is thriving. There are some exciting things that are underway along that corridor. Microsoft is developing a major data center campus over there right now. And there are a number of other companies that are coming behind that over in that corridor. But now you're starting to see more density take place with the Resia development and some exciting things that are underway. In the American Red Cross's blood processing facility, the most blood processing in North America taking place right here in Douglasville. So you really think about that happening in our community. And so as we kind of transitioned up, you see more public partnership taking place in downtown Douglasville. And so in downtown Douglasville, we've got the Town Green development that is underway. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped that one. The trails. How could I forget the trails? Yeah, right. So the trails. This is an effort that we started back in 2017, I believe, when we looked at where the county was going to be making investments for transportation infrastructure. And that is what we call the Lee Road extension. So right now, if you drive down Lee Road, you see the widening that's taking place. Well, the next phase of that widening is the extension of Lee Road. And so what we have heard consistently from the community is that we want more. We're kind of tired of all these trucks, we're kind of tired of going into the city to enjoy ourselves. We want more retail opportunities. We want better restaurants and all these various things. How can we do that, here in the community? And we really had to create the opportunity. No one was knocking on our door saying, I want to do 160-acre mixed-use development. And so we said, all right, well, we know infrastructure's coming in. We know infrastructure is really important to development. How can we get in front of that development and create something that matches what the public wants, but also matches what the private sector can handle, right? We're optimistically realistic in the things that we do. So we put this property under control. It's 160 acres, which was just recently mentioned. Lionsgate is moving in as one of the anchors in Great Point Studios, which is a $200 million investment that's going into this project. This was a true public-private partnership. The county acquired land in this development. The Development Authority has land. The Foxfield Company, Holder Properties. We have a hotel under contract right now. We have the residential component under contract right now, and we're developing about the plan for the retail component and some other exciting things that happen in this development. But this is true public-private partnership at its best, coming together to really make something unique happen in the community and now showing everyone else what's possible. We also just so happen to be up for the Real Estate Deal of the Year tomorrow night, so y'all pray for us that we get that award and we can really bring that back to our community. And now in downtown is a true public-public partnership where the county and the city work together to really make this happen. So this is the old jail in downtown Douglasville, and so I know all of y'all have seen, you see it happening and taking place today. This is a really exciting project that really will invigorate our downtown, really be a gathering place for people to come into downtown, but bringing people into downtown also means you're bringing business opportunities in the downtown. So you think about all the businesses that are here and the ones that will be here in the future as a result of this public investment that's taking place. It will be completed and open later this year, and then there will be some private sector development that builds up around it, and we're already having conversations with folks who are trying to figure out how can they capitalize on this opportunity and invest right here in downtown Douglasville. And the next. And this, as I mentioned, our Capps Ferry Road. So Preserve Life is on the left. This is a $400 million investment. It is a wellness retreat that is being developed in our community. 1,400 acres right here in Douglas County that is under construction right now by a family that really believes that there are ways that we can really, achieve health and wellness through what we put in our bodies. Focusing on meditation, focusing on all those aspects right here in our community. And so this is a great opportunity, a great company that is investing into our community because of the infrastructure that's been put in place. And this borders Foxhall. And so Foxhall, what you see there are the villas and the clubhouse that's currently in place today. In the next 60 to 90 days, they'll break ground on the expansion of the clubhouse, the building of a boutique hotel, and an additional 48 villas. So really kind of creating this energy down on the southwest part of the county, and really which is a new corridor in the Douglas County, thinking about South Fulton Parkway, direct access from the airport, really opening up Southwest Douglas. And then lastly, where do we go in the future? We've looked at the developments that have happened on the east side. We've looked at kind of the central corridor. Where is the next frontier? And how do we really plan that in a right way? So through the county support and leadership, we've been working on a land use plan for Veterans Memorial on the west side. That's Highway 78. So think about from Douglasville all the way out to Villa Rica. And what does this look like? What do the citizens want to see happen? How do we continue to provide economic development that helps the commissioners balance the digest? How do we find that right mix of high quality development, growth in our digest, and balance with the things that we value the most in the community? And so we've been working on the Winston area. We're wrapping that effort up to really kind of lay out where does the future go in Douglas County. And then here, just a snapshot of some of our brands that are here in the community. Look out for us over the next 3 months or so. That list is going to grow. We actually have a press release coming out next week. I can't tell you who it is right now, but we have one coming next week. And so some really exciting things that are happening in our community. We're growing a diverse community in Douglas, and that's all through the leadership of our elected officials who are really laying that groundwork. I always tell people all the time, everything is economic development. Public safety is economic development, housing is economic development, retail is economic development, infrastructure is economic development. All these things play a role in enabling us to be successful in the things that we do. And so we're really grateful to be up here and share our part of the story with what's happening in Douglas County.
Can y'all give it up for Chris? This is why I call him our billion-dollar matchmaker. Thank you so much for joining me. So as you all can see, economic development touches every corner of Douglas County, and we could not be this successful if we did not have community partners such as Elevate Douglas and other stakeholders here. We will continue to deliver superior public service despite any challenges and obstacles we might face. We will not be content until we achieve our vision of a diverse, vibrant, and sustainable community that sets the standards nationally for public service. We are at an inflection point, and our responsibility is to determine our destiny. We will deliver the highest level of quality services and be change agents in our pursuit of excellence. Let us embrace kindness, be role models for our youth, and honor our seniors. We are confident that we can build a Douglas County that is bright for everyone who lives, works, and plays and visits Douglas County. Thank you all.
Vice Chair Carthen, thank you for that great message. Chris, what great achievements. Everybody should be really, really proud of everything you do here in Douglas County. It's a great day in Douglas County, and we appreciate you all being here. Thank you, Sarah, for this partnership with the Chamber. Thank you to our sponsors, and thank you all for taking your time to come and be with us this afternoon. With that, go out in the sunshine. Thank you all.